Hello, 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 fellow tourist. My name's Josh, and get excited. We are back with Dr. Stone. Now, you might have seen that the latest video on this channel was titled We Were Hacked, and maybe you didn't watch it for obvious reasons. It's a fun video. Nothing actually happened. It's just some channel updates, but just the TLDR. I'm kind of stepping back from reactions. You might have noticed a ton of stuff has been unlisted on the channel, and I was not planning on coming back. For reactions anyway. I do have some ideas for other types of content that I hope that I can get undergoing sometime this year, but we'll see because I'm working on my book too. But Dr. Stone came back.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
One last season. I don't know if it's going to be 24 episodes straight, if we're going to go over 24 episodes, if this is going to be separate cores, but Dr. Stone is one of my favorite anime. Not that I've just done on the channel, in general. It's up there with Gurren Lagann. Well, Gurren Lagann's like my number one, and then there's like my 2 and 3 too, but Dr. Stone is up there. And it makes me appreciate so much about science, a lot about our world, and since it's the final season, since we know for sure this is one of the few instances where a show actually gets fully adapted. And we're so close. I was like, you know what? Let's come back one last go around for the reactions. We're doing the classic reactions. My bedroom, my horrible, horrible hair that I need to get a haircut. My pups are, you can't see them, but they're in the mirror. There they are. There he goes. There's the big one. Everything is classic. It's here. Maybe the lighting's a little off. While I was on hiatus, one of my lamps broke, so I had to go find another one in the shed. I don't know if this is as good. I think it's a little not as good. I am planning on getting lights eventually, but your boy has had a crippling spending addiction to manga. Dr. Stone will be added to my manga collection eventually, but oh boy, maybe if you're interested, I can do a tour of the manga shelf. But alas, Dr. Stone, sorry, I'm rambling. It's been a while since I've done one of these, though granted, nothing's changed because I always ramble. Last season, we expanded. We started sailing the world, but we didn't really get far because we ended up going to another island, and this one was populated with other people, other stone people, no, not stone people, other people born of the stone world. And it was supposed to be the season of exploration, and we we didn't really get that far. But now we are having some promise. We defeated the big bad. I'm so sorry I'm blanking on his name. I'm currently rewatching all of Dr. Stone through Blind Wave reactions, and I just started season 3. I'm on like episode 4, I think, of their reactions, and then this dropped today. I'm like, dang it! I thought I had a little more time. I thought the dub was gonna be a little delayed, but you know what? I'll be caught up probably by next week, maybe the week after that. But by then, all of my memory will be fulfilled of this series. I think we got a new crew member. He follows Ginro around. I'm not sure what we're gonna do with him. We're turning we're going to civilization now. It's becoming just a big game of Civ. Sukas is awake. I really want to see his interactions with Byakuya, or not Byakuya, with Ryusui. Wrong name, sorry. With Ryusui, especially him. And I just want to see Tsukasa as the good guy interacting with all the other good guys. I wonder if there's going to be any tension going on. We have ways to petrify people now and depetrify them. It's just looking really good. And we got the last thing, the biggest twist of last season. We're going to space. Whoever did the stoning, whoever, maybe it's not them, maybe it's like their air, maybe they put themselves into petrification, and then they set a timer. I think my theory was that because the Y-Man, I think they named him, they only heard from him when they made a radio signal, a big radio signal. So my theory is that he set up some kind of device that when civilization gets back to the point where they're sending out radio signals, wake me up. Something. Maybe. Or maybe it's just technology. Maybe it's not a person behind it. Either way, we're going to space. We're going to the moon. Senku's biggest dream is upon him. But what awaits? There's only one way to find out, and that's by watching this episode right now. For those of you that are unaware, over on Patreon, we do full length. If you have Crunchyroll, or however you watch Dr. Stone, you can sync it up. I'm gonna have like a little countdown. You can sync it up on your end, and then it's like you're watching it with me. The first episode of every season, of every series, is free as a kind of trial run, so if that's something you're into. And then once you unlock that, you can go back and watch all of the Dr. Stone reactions with me. All right, enough plugging. This is gone. I'm so sorry. This intro's 6 minutes long. Oh no. Okay, let's just get into it. Oh, it's been a while since I've been on YouTube. Sorry about that.
We've built a ship capable of crossing the Pacific Ocean.
Yep, there's the ship. It's a beautiful ship. And okay, no stalling. We're going. Okay, we're going.
They're listening to this recording.
Those who will seek power and rely on exploitation of their fellow man. But I will not allow that.
All right, Tsukasa base as always.
Blood. Now, my job is to make sure of that.
Protect science, Tsukasa. Protect it. Kaseki.
I was told to help you.
Oh yeah, her.
Following the orders that were given to me.
Forgot about Kirisame.
Surely you have some personal thoughts or feelings you'd like to share.
I remember I did want her to come. I was interested in like what her character would do, like if she became part of more of the cast. Kinro.
My thoughts? Nothing out of the ordinary.
This guy I'm interested in. I'm not sure what role he's gonna play.
My legs started hurting like hell.
The opening. Okay, a few of you guys have sent me the opening. I have not listened to it just because I'm going to watch it. I'm glad I'm watching it today. Or tonight, I guess. This might be a bad idea. I have work tomorrow. This is an interesting opening. Glad I saw Taijin Yuzuriha, by the way. Huh. Yeah, I just realized Hyoga and the well, the spear guy, I think his name's Hyoga, and the girl, the pink-haired girl, they're in this opening. I thought they got stoned. Maybe they unpetrified them. But it's an interesting choice. This guy looks like he could be Senku's brother. Huh, Hyoga's kind of like... He's kind of far. Is Hyoga going to be a more of a essential part of this season? It's interesting. Toju!
No fighting allowed, you hear me?
Oh, I love him.
It's this. Seriously? That'll obviously take longer.
Can't believe what you see? Check out the globe and tell me what you
Oh,
think.
because it's round. Okay. I think I get it.
And we'll be using that awesome circumnavigational shortcut to get to the US in 40 days.
But how much has changed,
You're
though?
taking the rum line. I'll have to stand up for the crew. Hear me? I'll fight you if that's what it
And
takes.
Ryusui's such a good
40
guy.
days.
Ooh. Look good. You got poker on. Are they serious?
Why obsess over the fancy clothes, you dumbass?
Come on.
Hey, if you're gonna play poker, you gotta look good for the part.
Way to show the gallery that this is a formal game. Hey there, Senku, old friend.
Oh no, anyone else but him.
I'll be riding with Team Ryusui.
This is not. It is unfair.
There's like a 10 billion % chance that this shifty dude's gonna cheat.
Because with Get on his side, they're gonna cheat their way to victory.
I don't know what gambling is, but Ryusui seems like
Suiko, stay away.
Rock, paper, scissors. Whoopsie! Pardon me. I wasn't trying to get in the way of the rock, paper, scissors game. I can't believe I did that.
Again, that's so obvious. Come on, man.
Weird, but
This guy's the epitome of cocky, so it's ridiculously hard to tell if he's bluffing or not.
He would be pretty. He would be pretty hard to play poker against.
I call.
How are you supposed to cheat with that?
Once it senses the card with the sugar on it, those antennae will twitch just a little bit.
Seriously? How sketchy can you be?
Huh.
Tricks, I swear.
I wonder if that's actually like a cheater. Like I wonder if that's like how people cheat in poker.
Everyone, including me and Kohaku, has our eyes glued to the deck right now.
Ha ha! How about I raise it to the max?
Ryusui has put even more chips on the table.
Ooh.
Pull off his finishing move.
What did Gen get him?
Position while we were distracted.
The only way Senku can pull ahead now is if he's got a straight flush. The odds aren't looking good.
Counting, of course. Of everyone to do it. Of course it'd be Senku to do it.
Going all in.
Ah, this is half the episode. I don't think we're gonna get past this poker game, guys.
And we're gonna draw 3 new cards from the top of the deck, of course.
No! Did you really take those cards from the top or from the middle?
From the top.
You'd really accuse moi.
I've been looking for these key cards from the beginning.
Oh my god.
Rubbing the lacquer onto the edges.
You telling me that he didn't
Why
count
is that
them?
stuff lying around?
Oh, yeah. I'd forgotten that Senku is super allergic to Urushi.
The winner is Senku.
Oh god, was it worth it?
Risk your health for this.
Dang, they outfitted this ship. Ah, that's cool. That's nice. That keeps the crew happy.
Well, what do
You know what? As someone who doesn't really know how to play poker, I would appreciate an episode where they teach the people of Ishigami Village how to play poker.
30 days off this voyage. Letting them have a little fun will get us another 10.
So what's the last
Just gotta
10?
get one more component to cover that last 10-day deficit.
Money!
I guess we've got to have some drinks.
Alcohol! My bad, even better.
Front Schwa is setting up another shop or something.
Suika, stay away.
Barf.
Let's drink to rejuvenation!
Beer acquired. The most important thing we've ever done in this world.
One might suspect it was all choreographed by a certain mentalist, with a flair for the dramatic.
Just like how they chose the ships. How they chose the guy to who got to ride in the hot air balloon.
Just happen, Ukyo. I wouldn't read too much into it.
It could just be a coincidence.
This is exhilarating. Get excited.
I am excited, Senku. Oh. Ah. Yeah, Hyoga and the girl are there. Huh. But they weren't there in the actual episode, so I guess maybe we de-stone them later. De-petrify them. Science journey. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, Dr. Stone, I miss you so much. Well, that was episode 1, season 4. Dr. Stone. Man. Not much to go on. Not much to go. Really, my biggest things has to be in the intro, and I will get a haircut eventually, guys. I'm sorry. But I put it here. Yeah, no, so like the biggest thing I have is from the intro. Obviously, there's that guy that looks like he could be Senku's brother. Don't really know much about him other than the fact that he's on the poster of this season. I'm going to guess that's our Y-Man. That's the big villain. The guy who's on the moon. I can't really theorize much about him. He kind of looks... He looks pretty intimidating. I mean, like the way... Let me actually pull up... It'd probably be faster to... Instead of trying to skip to the episode just to see him in the poster. I mean, that's pretty intimidating. He's got like the Arkham Knight Scarecrow thing with the talons on his fingertips. We have someone that looks like could be Ryusui's mom or dad too. But yeah, this guy looks like he could be Senku's brother. Which I don't think. I mean, we don't know where Senku comes from. We know that. Oh shoot, I forgot that if his mom dated Byakuya then left, leaving Byakuya to take care of Senku, or if Byakuya just found Senku when he adopted him. I think it's the first one. But we know that Senku and Byakuya are not blood related. So this guy could be part of Senku's past, maybe. Maybe a little bit of too much of a coincidence, but I mean, I don't think it don't matter. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. He also has the markings. So does his I don't know, their goon, their henchman. For right now, that's what we know. They do have the markings. So these two have been stoned. They have been petrified. But what does that mean? I mean, my theory could still hold. But like, they're the creators. They're the ones that did this in the first place. That did this 3,000 years ago. And they set a timer, or they set something up. And they're like, all right, as soon as civilization gets to radio, wake me up so we can make sure whatever the reason why we petrified everyone in the first place doesn't happen again. We don't know why the petrification happened. You know, I was theorizing last season that maybe we'll go, instead of it being like this a bad thing, or like, you know, some guy like, I have created the petrification ray, now I shall be evil and do this for evil things. Oh no, it blew up in my face. It was gonna be something more of a, because Dr. Stone, like, it's more like, yeah, we have our antagonist. We had Tsukasa. We had I loved him. I thought he was a great antagonist. I forgot his name from last season with the hat. Loved his hat, by the way. We had Hyoga too. Like, we've had the antagonist, but typically Dr. Stone's not really like kind of like this big bad thing. It's more about the science and how you can apply it. I was thinking maybe instead of having like a show off against the guy that created it, it was more of an accident. Like, because we've seen that there is so much good that the petrification ray can do. It's also like a lot of bad, but like there's just as much good applications as there's bad applications in terms of healing, healing properties. There, in terms of storage or food supply, there's a lot that this thing can do. So maybe it was an accident, and there's no reason, or there's no ill intent. But I mean, like, you look at this guy in the poster, you look at him in the intro, there's some ill intent there. It looks like he's got some ill intent. So I'm very interested to see where that's gonna go. And also, Hyoga and Homura, that's her name. Finally, it came to me. Hyoga and Homura are in the intro and in the ending, and they seem kind of prominent in it too. I mean, in the intro, Hyoga was ahead of Tsukasa in like the line of people, so that's interesting. It hurts. Taiju, Tsukasa, Yuzuriha, they're not in the poster. Ukyo's in it. I mean, I think Ukyo's been getting more screen time since his introduction. But my boy Taiju, I love Taiju, man. Outside of all like the main characters that actually get screen time, he is like one of my favorite characters. I'm going to say that for a lot of the characters in this show, but Taiju is one of my favorite characters. I just wish he had more screen time. It's like the first 5-6 episodes in season 1, a couple episodes in season 2, and that's it. Or maybe some scenes in the rest. But my boy, I massacred my boy. But Ukyo kind of has a spotlight here, which, I mean, I like Ukyo. He's a chill guy. So maybe he has a little more importance in the season. Chrome, of course, also one of my favorite characters. Senku, of course, also one of my favorite characters. Gen, I like him. He's not one of my favorites. I like him. I like how slimy he can be. I like the mentalist tricks. I also like in the episode with Ukyo kind of called out Gen, like, oh, it's kind of convenient that, like, you know, both of them were working for what was best for the crew, and both of them want us to get there faster. I mean, it's kind of again, it's kind of convenient that it worked out so well, that, you know, everyone had everything, or everything was ready for when Senku won. And that reminded me, especially, it really helps that I'm rewatching Dr. Stone with Blind Wave. I tried to binge it. I ran out of time. I really thought the dub was going to get delayed. Most seasonals, the dub is like 2-3 weeks out. I thought Dr. Stone was going to get like a 2-week delay. So I almost made it. I got to season 3, and then one of you guys, who was it? I know on Instagram, I think your name's Ash. I think your name's Ash. One of you guys were like, you guys DM'd me and like, oh my god, it's coming out it's the same day dub. I'm like, oh, I have much less time. Oh, time. Okay, I'm not gonna say your full Instagram handle in case you don't want me to, but yeah, you sent it to me. I'm like, okay, I don't have enough time. I'll do it. I'll catch up eventually, and then I'll get completely refreshed, like within a couple episodes. But yeah, with the hot air balloon, where Gen and Senku came up with the idea to play cards, but they rigged it. They knew who they wanted to go in the hot air balloon, but they gave the illusion of choice. Same thing with the boat. When they decided to build this gigantic boat, they had a contest of who makes the best schematics, or who makes the best schematics of a boat, and then the people will vote or which boat to make. Of course, Senku, the guy of the modern era, or the past modern era. Of course, Senku made the best looking boat compared to everyone, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, I want to build that one! Get out of here, Magma! Get out of here, yo! I want to build that boat." So instead of forcing the people to build this gigantic contraption, he gave them options, and of course, his option was the one that everyone's going to choose. But it's the illusion of choice that matters. I like how Ukyo kind of called out Gen on that, and Gen's like, you know what? Sometimes things just happen. I like that this wasn't a scheme. It was just Gen trying to get out of doing work. Which, to be honest, he's kind of Senku's punching bag. Whenever Senku needs work, it's usually Gen that does it. I mean, everyone does their work, but... And of course, Ryusui right here. I mean... Ah, man. Another one of my favorite characters. He's got a pretty prominent spot on the poster, too. Which makes sense. He's the captain. Bryce Peppenbrook. Love Bryce's voice. He does such a good job as Bakugo and Ryusui. I mean, it's the same voice that he uses, but... oh, man. So, outside of the cast, this episode didn't really give us much to go on. We just know that they're going to do the shorter way to America now, which it's kind of cool that they do, even this episode, where they don't really have that much science going on. I mean, they had the science with the, was it the voice recorder, which is pretty cool. So they upgraded their technique on recording voices from season 1. But I think there was that. There was there's more science in this episode, but it wasn't like a super focused episode in terms of like, we're going to build a light bulb, or we're going to build this, we're going to build a car, and here's how you do it each step by step. They did still have the little, like, they taught you how the world works, or like how distance works, which was pretty cool. It makes sense. It's actually pretty simple to follow. As a guy that does not know how to play poker, I would really appreciate it if someone from Ishigami Village was like, "Oh, how do I play?" If Chrome was maybe like, "Hey, I want in on the action. How do you play poker?" I kind of know the basics. I've played a few games with my extended family. Can't say I've won any. And I needed to have the guide, like, if you have these cards, then this is what you have, or like, this is the hierarchy of cards. I need to have one of those next to me, which did not help in terms of bluffing or anything. So I can't say that I know very much about how the game works. So it would be actually kind of fun to have someone from Ishigami Village going, "Oh, I want to play. How do you do this?" And then we get the breakdown. But it's not about poker. This is about science. And honestly, everyone was spot on. The fits went very hard. Yuzuriha, give her a clap on the head, or a clap on the back, because man, I mean, Kohaku's dress, amazing. Senku, Gen, and Ryusui all dripped out. I mean, those were custom made, and she knows what looks good on them. Man, I think everyone else needs I think we've gotten to the point where everyone needs an upgrade. No, everyone needs a drip check. If if Yuzuriha is getting this stuff out, just imagine what else she can get out. I mean, I do appreciate. I do kind of like the old-fashioned kind of lion skin, leather look, but I mean, we could have some drip check here. We could have some drip check. Maybe not Koski. He kind of breaks all of his material, so it might be a little too much material, too many resources to give Koski enough outfits to go through his. But yeah, poker, that was fun. And then Ryusui, of course, always for the people. I remember back in the day when I saw him, like when we first got him in his first introductory episode in the OVA, I was like, "Oh, this guy, I don't think I want to like him." You know, he's kind of like, he's the embodiment of capitalism, but then as you go through it, capitalism, greed, and all that. But as you go through it, you find out that he's actually the personification of all the good aspects of it. He's the exact opposite of what Tsukasa feared. And I like that Tsukasa here he's still on the, it's not like he's turned in terms of like, all right, let's revive everyone. My previous ailments gone. I'm a good guy now. He is a good guy now. Or like, you know, he's on the good side. He's fighting the good fight now. But he still has those values of like, I'm here to make sure that yes, we're going to progress science, but science is not going to get, or like people aren't going to abuse science. So he's okay now with science and like with Senku progressing, obviously. But he's there, like his role is to make sure that it's not abused by anyone, which I love that that's his role now. Because I think that's a good goal. It's a good way to do it. Because, you know, like dynamite, like that dynamite, they don't know if it was made for mining or if it was made for war. It was made for one of them, and then it was used for the other. But once again, something that has good applications that was used badly. Petrification beam too. So I'm glad to see everyone's here. It is a stacked cast. Apparently we left no one of importance behind. Sorry, Ryusui. Which is good. I like to see everyone here. I hope Taiju gets more screen time. I kind of doubt it because this cast is just too stacked. But I'm glad that we do get to see him participate within the episodes every now and then. And yeah, there wasn't much really to go on in this episode. We are trying to get to the Americas before winter for food. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly if the Y-Man gave them like kind of a timeline to go by. You're like, you have 1 year to do this, or I'm going to come down and get you. I'm not I can't remember if there is like a time limit. I don't think there was. So Senku wanting to hurry is mostly just for the food, and so they can get the depetrification serum from corn syrup, right? From corn. I'm almost caught up, guys. A lot of these things, a lot of my missing memory, it'll be filled in eventually. It'll be filled in probably by next week, maybe by episode 3. If not by episode 2, by episode 3 I will be caught up. But man, I'm just glad to be back. And I know the reactions. I'm outside when Dr. Stone's finished. I'm done with reactions. But of all the series to end reactions with, glad it's Dr. Stone. I'm glad it's Dr. Stone. I mean, I started with I think Gurren Lagann was I could be misremembering, but I think, oh no, it would be The Promised Neverland. Ooh, never mind. I was gonna say I think Gurren Lagann was like one of the first. It was one of the first ones. It's classic. It's one of my first reactions that I did, which is still up on the channel. It's completely public, most because of how much I love Gurren Lagann. And that was like one of the first ones that got me to doing the solo reactions. And now Dr. Stone, which is another one of my favorite series. It's grew on me so quick. Like within the first 10 minutes, or with the opening of episode 1, I was already hooked. And I feel like as time goes on, it's getting harder. Oh, sorry about that. It's getting harder for shows to hook me like that, especially seasonals, where it's like within the first 10 minutes, I'm in. But just like Dr. Stone, where I'm so invested with this in such a short period of time. I don't know. I feel like it does happen, but not as much as it used to, maybe. Or maybe it's like an odds thing. Like when there's like 60 seasonals, you would expect a little bit more. When there's 60 shows airing, you would expect that to happen more often than not. But it turns out that it just kind of like, at least for me, I enjoy the shows that I do end up watching. But like the investment that I get, it's been a while since I've been like, I'm in. And Dr. Stone being one of those series that got me, I feel it's just fitting that it's my swan song of react. I don't know. Oh, I love Dr. Stone. It's a lads, or not lads, sorry, tourist. I have to get used to the brand change. There will be other content on this channel. Once again, not sure when I'm going to be uploading it. I was planning on kind of focusing on this, like the whole detour of the channel. But right as I did it, right as I started, like, all right, we're rebranding. We're gonna put so much focus into new content. Gonna be this, gonna be that. Your boy got employed. I got a job. I work tomorrow. Should not have done this reaction tonight, but that happened, and now with my time split between my job and my hobbies, I've been really pushing writing my book, and the channel sadly fell to the wayside. I did go with the rebranding just to do the hacked video with Sora, which I do recommend you watch the hacked video. I think it was a fun one to do. I played around with some stuff. I think it'll be fun. It's short. It's short and sweet. A little more information in there. But for those of you that are subscribed for the reactions, I'm sorry. It's just, it's burnout a little bit, just reactions in general. But after being away for 3-4 months, maybe, I don't remember when the last reaction I uploaded was. Oh, Dr. Stone just brings me back, and it feels good. But yes, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reaction to Dr. Stone, or maybe this is your first reaction to Dr. Stone from this channel, make sure you go and check out the rest of them. The playlist will be somewhere on the screen within the next minute. It's the whole thing. It's from season 1 to now. It will be updating as episodes drop. There's more other content on the channel. Most of it's unlisted, but it's all in the playlist, and that includes some streams too. Some streams also got unlisted too. Streams that I'm not going to be focusing on in terms of content, but like streams that are up, you can probably maybe speculate what kind of content I might be going for. Maybe not. But yeah, a lot of stuff on the channel got unlisted. Eventually, all of the reactions will get unlisted, but right now it's either my favorites or it's Dr. Stone, because, well, I mean, Dr. Stone is one of my favorites. I don't know what I'm talking about there. It's ongoing, which Dr. Stone's the only one ongoing. But like everything else got unlisted, mostly just because I don't want to give people the idea of like, oh, for instance, Made in Abyss. I don't want to give someone the idea that's like going on YouTube, like, oh, this guy is reacting to Made in Abyss. I can't wait for them to do season 3. If we ever get season 3, and then when season 3 comes out, they're like, oh, did I get catfished? Why isn't he doing season 3? I don't want to do that. So, but if you are here and you want to, like, I like this guy's reactions, I want to see what else he's done, go ahead and check them out. I have a lot of solo reactions. I have quite a few group reactions with my friends, and then there's some streams, group streams, all that stuff. Please check out the anime related videos, the anime awards, the anime video essays. That's kind of the content I want to do more of. Instead of reactions, I want to do more original content, but those take a lot of time to do, thus why there hasn't been much uploading done on the channel, because the kind of content that I do want to do takes a lot of time, and time is not something that I have sparingly anymore. But eventually, I feel like I keep saying this, I keep going round and round. I do want to come back to the channel with content that's not going to be like, all right, I uploaded once, see you guys in 6 months. I Giguk, I love you. I don't want to be you. Maybe actually, I do. I kind of do want to be like Giguk. Just some shade. But yeah, stick around for new content, some original stuff. But of course, for you tourists that are just, you guys love Dr. Stone as much as I do, we are here until the end. So, I bid you adieu. Goodbye.